Hello everyone, my name's Idiotic Synergy and today we're talking about the Delaque gang. Let's go. These guys are really weird. The weirdest gang in Necromunda might be the Delaque gang. If you are balding or bald, then this gang is for you. Because they are all a bunch of slapheads. I mean, look at that guy over there. That guy, I want to run up to him and give his head a big old slap. Because look at it. Just look at it. I mean, not his eyes. His eyes are weird. But just, he's so shiny. I wonder if that's always an issue for this gang. It's like an Ogren walks over to them and goes, "Oh yay, slap!" It's like they're trying to make... No wonder they're stealthy. It's because everyone on Necromunda just wants us to slap their big old heads. They are the remnants of the slapheads from Alan Partridge. Bald Brummies! Woo! To be fair, if I was expecting an Alan Partridge reference from any gang in Necromunda, it'd be these. I don't know why. Just bald Brummies! Woo! Oh, I wonder if anyone's gonna get that reference. If not, then watch Alan Partridge. It's fucking fantastic. But these models are really nice as well. I really like this guy here. I've seen people use this cane for all manner of kit-bashing shenanigans. And it is a really nice cane. It's a really nice coat as well. If you want to do like a really nice Inquisitor model that isn't resin, then just use these guys. Seriously, they don't need a lot to kit bash into Inquisitors. They are prime Inquisitor material, and they do look rather nice. I mean, hell, you can probably get away with using them as Genestealer cult members if you wish. All you need to do is just swap out the head for an even bigger, balder head, and it would fit. They are a really strange gang. Sorry, it's the stare. I just couldn't. It's just staring into my soul. It's terrifying. But this guy has 2 knives and a silenced machine gun. Because silencers do matter on Necromunda. It's weird how silencers work, but they are a really underrated option. I do like silencers. Really useful if you need to recapture one of your mates, or rescue a mate, I guess. Because your gang can get captured, or gang members can get captured. So you can do sort of a semi-stealth mission where you try and rescue your mate. And if you've got silenced guns, then yeah, you can just gun people down without anyone noticing. Which is terrifying when you think about it, because this gang is really strong. I say it's really strong. It's alright. It's better than most gangs. Is it better than most gangs? It's certainly decent. It's a decent gang. I haven't fought against them too much. But the couple of times I did, they are a pain in the ass. Especially when they turn off the lights. Which is just something they can do thanks to their tactics cards. Which, it isn't fun. It really isn't fun unless you're playing a melee army, in which case you're not going to care because you're just going to barrel at them. It's like, oh no, you turned off the lights. What gang am I playing again? Oh yeah, Ogrins. Charge! There's not... It's like, I've turned off the lights, what are you going to do? I don't care, I know where you are, I'm just going to headbutt you. I will win this fight. You might have guns, but I have Ogrins with no intelligence. Let's go. We've got this guy here who looks quite fancy, and again has a silenced gun. And I don't know if he's just pulled a pin off a grenade, or if he's showing everyone, I don't know, sort of like a beer opener. A beer opener. Like a bottle opener, I meant, not a beer opener. But then again, we all use bottle openers for beer, or cider, or any drink, really. Drink responsibly, kids. This is a PSA. No, but it's like, oh, mate, want me to open your beer? Yeah. You will accept this gift, or I'll throw a grenade at your face. It is quite menacing to look at him, to be fair. And then... What? Sorry, right, I didn't expect... What? Why did it all of a sudden do that? Right, I didn't expect it to be a hunched over bald woman just staring into my soul. What's that pose? Like, come here, dearie. I've just come out of retirement home. Come here. I don't know why the old lady sounds like that. Every step you can hear her hip just creak. She is as old as Necromunda itself. Why is it staring into my soul? I don't know. But yeah, it's like, oh, my hip. It's just, did it? Why did it start there when I don't know. Mate, it's this pose is just stupid. I don't know why it's like that. It's like, my hip. I mean, the other one is silly. I will admit the pose of this model is quite silly. This one takes the piss, and I love it. It's like her hips is just gone. Oh, mate, that. I didn't expect to be stared at like that. That's just terrifying. It's like googly eyes, but they're not. They're like weird glasses. And also, there's it's the same pose, but this time with a speaker in its mouth. Lovely. I don't know why it's got a speaker in her mouth. I don't know. Why is there a speaker in her mouth? Why am I questioning that? That's the least weird thing that this gang does. Because they are really stealthy and mischievous, and yeah, if you want to kitbash some really decent looking Inquisitors, then I highly recommend you pick up a box of this and get to work. Because if you want decent Inquisitors, this one is for you. I do like these models. They are quite good, but what the hell was that pose? Now, there are rules and weird psychic shenanigans and God knows what else for this gang, so without further ado, let's just jump into it because this video might be an hour long by the end of it. Hopefully not. I say hopefully, but no promises, eh? So, before I get onto the rules, I feel like it'd be a disservice if I didn't talk about this box set as well. Because they are the weirdest part of the Delaque gang. And though I should really do this in 2 videos, I think it would be better if it was all done in one giant video. So, these are the Delaque Nactgul, Psygeists, and Piscan Spectre. Piscan. And it is pure body horror. Because what's that? What is that up there? It looks like a massive testicle that's hanging out just for all to show. It's like, well, hey, look at me. I'm a flying metal testicle of death. It's terrifying. That is quite terrifying to look at. And I kind of want the massive flying testicle of death. But then we get into this weird fucker who's just... I don't even know what to even call it. It's like a mortifier, or like, not a mortifier, like a penitent engine, but from Wish. It's just pure weird body horror. We have these worms down here that just chill. We have this guy here who's just showing off his massive worm, ooh. Sorry. And then we've got these 2 guys that are like bodyguards. It's so weird. These guys are the weirdest gang, and yeah, covering them, I can't wait to see what their rules are. Because I want to know what the massive flying testicle does. It better be like... I don't know. I don't know what the flying testicle does. It does. I bet you, though, it's just a brain. That's going to be the weird thing, is that it's just the brain of I can't talk, but I bet you that's going to be a brain of a poor Delaque gang member that's just been covered in tubes, and yeah, it's terrifying. It is literally terrifying, and it's pure body horror. I can't talk, because the tentacle of death is... This guy here is like, he reminds me of the merchant from Resident Evil 4. Like, why are you buying that? Why are you selling, stranger? You know, that sort of thing. It's just weird. This gang is weird, and these elite parts of the gang make them even weirder. I like this guy here with the claws. That's quite nice. And worm. Like, weird metallic worm thing. That is just, ugh. And that is a Delaque, Nactgul, and Psygeists. Very nice indeed. So, let's get into the rules, shall we? And Flying Testicle of Death. It really is. Though you can tell, like, that's the trench coat. Like, what is going on here? What happened to this guy's head? Seriously, that's like some otherworldly body horror type shit. What is the Delaque gang? Are they even human? I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the rules. Right, so these are the rules for the Delaque gang, and this might be separated into many parts because of just how much shit they have. This is probably the most compacted gang I've seen. This is the most complex gang I've seen. It really is. They've got their own skill list. They've got their own psychic powers. It's so complicated. Oh god, I can't even get shit right about Ogrins. Oh mate, this is going to be pain. But we're going to have a look at what each ganger does. And I'm just looking at the champion. Because this hurts my soul. Movement 6, he's 110 credits, you know, just really, you know, not that cheap, but bearing in mind that the leader, the Master of Shadow, which is the most Reddit tier name I've ever heard in my life, this guy probably watches bloody Naruto in his pants or something. You've got the champion, which is a specialist, 110 points, so what can this guy do? Well, apparently he's got the same skill as God. I don't know how else to describe it. So movement 6, so he's quite fast. Weapon skill 2, ballistic skill 3. Of course, why is his weapon skill and ballistic skill so good? I don't know. Strength 4, because he needs to be the same strength as a Goliath, because why not? Toughness 3, though. Can't go overboard. We can't go overboard with this guy. It's only a champion specialist with the same abilities as a really good bounty hunter. It's, you know, we need to tone it down a little bit. Wounds 2, initiative... I'm dying. This character is killing me. Initiative 2. Now, initiative 2, don't roll a 1, fucker, and you should be fine. Just that should be it. Don't roll a 1, fucker, because initiative 2 is really good. You're just God. You can't. This guy can stand in the ash wastes, butt naked, no weapons, and live due to initiative 2. It's quite good, but don't worry, he's only got 2 attacks. I mean, it's not like he's really good or anything. I mean, look at that. Look at that, right? This is something I would expect to see from a fucking bounty hunter, not a ganger that can just be included. This is insane. But don't worry, they need to tone him down a little bit, so leadership 7, cool check 6, just 6, you know. It's just a cool check 6, willpower 6, and intelligence 7. Remember, the leader is 100 points, this champion 110, but don't worry folks, he is restricted. He can only bring pistols, basic, and close combat with him. Oh, that's a shame. Like, he really needs anything else other than close combat and his pistols. I mean, look at that. That's brilliant. You can... I want to hire this guy as a bloody bounty hunter. He's so good. Like that alone makes him worth the 110 points, but don't worry, it gets better for you, not for your opponent, because your opponent is about to suffer just hardship. So, from the shadows. What is from the shadows? Well, it's infiltrate, but you can just deploy him wherever you want. What's that? Infiltrate makes you deploy first round? Nah, not with this fucker. No, you can deploy him wherever. You can just deploy him wherever. You can wait. You can even wait. You can just go, nah, I don't feel like deploying at all, really. I can't wait for the 4th turn where my gang inevitably kills you. So I'm just gonna just deploy him wherever. But don't worry. You can deploy him anywhere on the battlefield. Outside 6 inches, well, it's a good thing his movement isn't 6 inches. Oh, wait, it is. So, if you deploy him, say, 7 inches away, say, behind a building or something, to get a charge in, like, first turn he deploys, you're making it. It doesn't matter if you roll a 1 on your D3 to charge, you're making it because you can be 7 inches and make it. Oh, and make sure you're out of line of sight of any enemy fighter, so just hide him behind a crate and you're fine. And yeah, 110 points, he can just deploy and just surprise you with death. Oh, and don't worry, for an additional 30 creds, he's an unsanctioned psyker. Because he needs that. What is wrong with this gang? It's like the leader is some sort of lame arsehole. I mean, he is, compared to this fucker. It's just, hello, I'm God, you're all about to get beamed. The leader, the Master of Shadow, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 3. Why is he worse than a champion? I don't know. I really don't know. But ignoring the specialist, which is kind of hard to do, I know, but just ignore him. The leader, in all seriousness, isn't so bad. So movement 5, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 3, strength toughness 3, wounds 2, initiative 3, attacks 2, leadership 6, cool check 6, willpower 5, intelligence 6, and can be a psyker for additional 30 creds. I don't know if I already read that twice, but honestly I just needed to make sure that the leader wasn't hiding anything. But no, compared to this guy, the leader is kind of crap. But don't worry, you can take a regular champion as well. Why would you? Yes, it's cheaper, but you might as well go with Mr. Magical Meg over here. Just, ooh, look at me. I'm the Phantom. Can you deploy anywhere, though, and have a weapon skill of 2? No. Then you're surplus to requirements. I don't care what you can do. Oh, but maybe he's more versatile, and he's cheaper. This fucking can just deploy wherever he wants and can be a psyker. Yeah, you know what? Just get 2 of these and just win. Solid. Yeah, just get 2 of these and just get like a bunch of tubes. That's all you need. The leader's not necessary. The regular gangers are not necessary. Just get this guy and win. Get this guy twice and win. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But he's a phantom, and oh look, his movement is 5, weapon skill, ballistic skill 3, and strength toughness 3, wounds 2, initiative 4, initiative 4. Initiative 4, you're a champion, mate, not a ganger. Why is your initiative so crap? Anyway, attacks 2, leadership 7, cool check 6, willpower 6, intelligence 6. Oh, he's got one thing over God over here, which is he's slightly more intelligence. And also doesn't have restrictions on his weapons. Ooh. And also he can be made a psyker. So, yeah, the ganger... and I'm pissing around slightly, but this guy is really good. Like, this guy's rules are really good. This guy, he's quite cheap for a champion, but the ganger is also quite cheap. So, movement 5, weapon skill, ballistic skill 4, strength toughness 3, wounds 1, initiative 4, attacks 1, leadership 7, cool check 6, willpower 7, and intelligence 7. And you're restricted to pistol, basic, and close combat. And 40 creds, though, ain't half bad. Ain't half bad at all. So, let's get into the Juve, because 25 points for the Juve. Is that cheaper than a Bone Picker? Because a Bone Picker's 30 creds, or is it 20 creds? I can't remember off the top of my head. But the Shadow... Such a dumb name. I am the Shadow. Ooh, fear me. Oh, such edgy names. But it is Warhammer, so that's to be expected. Anyway, so movement 6, willpower 5, ballistic skill 5, strength toughness 3, wounds 1, initiative 3. That's quite good. That's better than this champion. That is better than this champion. The Ganger I don't really care about, but it's better than a champion. Go on. Attacks 1, leadership 9, cool check 7. That's really good. Sorry. Willpower 8 and intelligence 8. Cool. But then you have the specialist, which is 70 creds, and yeah, you can be a psyker with a juve. Movement 6, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 5, because he needs that weapon skill, you see. Strength 3, toughness 3, wounds 1, initiative 3, attacks 1. Same for the other juve, but you're also a psyker, and you choose a discipline. What is the discipline's names? Darkness, delusion, or madness? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do 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 do. I have come to speak with you again. Softly speaking of silence. Do do do. Oh dear, darkness. Okay, what edgy names? Oh, and you also get a weird power for free because, you know, psychoteric mastery. But don't worry, you can give him additional weird powers for 30 more creds. So you can spaff 90 creds on this guy to get him 2 weird powers. Of course he does. Why are we doing this, eh? Why is he so good? He doesn't need to be this good, but why is he so good? I don't know. Ah dear, and now we've got the rest of the... Oh god, there's a lot of stuff to go through. I won't speak about the Spiker or this guy because I've already covered the Spiker. I haven't covered the rules of the Spiker, but I don't think I need to. They're just a flying Psyker of Death. And this model isn't out yet, so I'm just going to quickly skim past. So let's talk about the Spectre, which is a brute. Movement 5 has flight. Okay, can fly, weapon skill 3, ballistic skill 5, strength toughness 4, so same as a Goliath, wounds 3, initiative 3, attacks 4, leadership 7, cool check 6, willpower 6, intelligence 8, and is 205 creds. But you do get fearsome automatically, psychomantic claws, which are really bloody good, which are paired, and you get 4 attacks hitting on 3s, plus paired, and yeah, that's really sodding good. That's a lot of attacks and a lot of death coming your way, and light carapace armor, so not bad. Can fly, I think this might be the flying testicle, so can fly, psychoteric mastery, and you can have additional weird powers. That's quite nice. Now, I'm going to have to take a drink because my throat is just dying, so I'm going to jump cut this, and then we're going to talk about the worm. Let's go, worm. Anyway, so it is psychoteric worm. So the worm. The word worm is sounding weird to me now. So movement 6. That's quite sprightly for a worm. Weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 6, strength toughness 3, wounds 1, initiative 4, attacks 1, leadership 8, cool check 5, willpower 6, intelligence 8. Why is his cool check so good? His weapons are the same as a flensing knife, so ain't bad, but ain't good either. He can pass under terrain, has a long leash, long leash, must try to remain within 12 inches of the owner. Oh, I see. Oh, matron. No, I'm going to stop it before it gets really weird. Psychoteric node. Node! Such a dumb drink. Such a dumb drink? Yes, such a dumb drink. I can't talk right now. I am an idiot. But psychoteric node. The psychos... basically, you can channel psychic powers through the worm. And it can, it doesn't even need to be active. It can be pinned or, not seriously injured or whatever, and you can channel weird powers through it. So you can put him all the way 12 inches in front of you and just literally just go new and psychic people to death. So if the Psyker suffers any perils of the warp, yeah, the Psyker has to suffer perils of I can't talk. Wow. The Psyker suffers any perils of the warp as normal. So basically, that means that the Psyker takes the damage, not the worm. Range, distance, and line of sight are measured from this pet. Very nice indeed. Is there anything else? Yeah, this guy isn't even out yet, so I'm not going to talk about him. And the Spiker, fuck it, I might as well do the Spiker because the Spiker is out and I should have talked about his rules, but I think this was the model that got me into Necromunda. So, movement 6, weapon skill, ballistic skill 6, strength 3, toughness 4, wounds 4, initiative 3. What? Okay, he's a flying brain of death. Attacks 1. I'm just surprised he's got attacks 1. Leadership 5, cool check 5, willpower 4, intelligence 6, displacer field plus 50, flight, and these are his weird powers. Psychic assault, where any enemy fighter must pass a willpower test or suffer 1 damage, and if reduced to 0 wounds, roll an injury dice as normal. Psychic Scream. Enemy fighters within 3 inches must pass a nerve test with a -1 modifier or become broken. And Force Blast. He farts, and basically any enemy fighters are pushed D3 plus 1 inches away within 3 inches of this guy. And if a fighter is pushed from a platform into a pitfall, they must pass an initiative test to be placed prone at the edge. Otherwise, they will fall if pushed into a wall or other impassable terrain. The fighter is immediately pinned and takes a hit with a strength equal to the number of inches rolled for the push distance. So it could be strength 2 all the way to strength... hang on, it's like number of inches rolled. So yeah, it would be strength 2 all the way up to strength 4. So that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. And yeah, that's it. I really like the Spiker. The Spiker is so weird. Oh, and he's got a displacer field as well. So I'm going to go into the other psychic abilities that the Delaque gang have, because it's really odd. It's a really odd gang. Really strange. They've got their own psychic shenanigans going on. And yeah, we're about to have a look at them. So let's just get into it. So, after recording this video, I discovered that I didn't even show you what guns I had. Yeah, sorry about that, but I'm now showing you the guns now, so I will edit this in before the skills, so it makes sense. My apologies. Or maybe I should edit it after the skills. Nah, before. It'd be fine. So, these are the guns, and yeah, they're quite good. They're decent. You have a solid amount of choice with them. You have an auto pistol, a Fletchy pistol, a grav pistol, hand flamer, las pistol, plasma pistol, stub gun, which is quite nice, a web pistol, which don't choose the web. Don't choose web guns. They're not worth it. You might as well try and kill the fucker rather than doing all manner of weird shit to them, then attempt to kill them. Just choose. Just be sensible and choose auto pistol, plasma pistol. Las pistol actually is a solid choice, to be fair. The stub gun is also a solid choice, but if I was you, I would go for the plasma pistol, because plasma is the best. It might not be competitively viable, but then again, it's plasma, son, and there's nothing stopping you shoving it on silent. There really isn't. The gun shroud, you can accessorize it with pistol or basic, pistol and basic, and as it's a pistol, you can technically have a silenced plasma pistol. So, you know, for shits and giggles, go with plasma. Have an overcharged silent plasma pistol. Don't be dumb and choose web pistol. My god, don't. But the basic guns, I would always go for las guns. Just because I like las guns, but it's purely, you know, up to you. but I think las guns are better. They have a better reload, if memory serves me correctly. Auto guns are quite solid. Las guns are quite good. Shotguns are quite good. Throwing knives are underrated, but I wouldn't give them to this gang. Instead, I would give them to an Ogren. If you're in the black market or trading post, get an Ogren a throwing knife. Give an Ogren a throwing knife and just watch. You don't. It doesn't need to be perfect, but just watch, because there is nothing more joyous in life than throwing a throwing knife as an Ogren at some poor, unexpected Goliath and stomping on his head after he was seriously injured. It's just joyous. It's with the amount of range you have with the throw, you can lob it with the might of Zeus. It's so good. So good. And it's also a quiet weapon as well. The special weapons, Flamer, which I like the Flamers. I know they're not a optimal choice, but Flamers are really good. Yeah, I don't care if they're not viable. I love my Flamers. Grav gun is a grav gun. A long rifle is a nice sniper rifle, and it's 30 creds, not bad. Mullet gun is really good. Plasma gun is reliable. The web gun, don't use it. Heavy flamer is a waste. Seriously, don't use the heavy flamer. It might look nice, it might be nice to use, but my god, it's a lot of creds. It really is. So yeah, don't use the heavy flamer. I've now got indigestion. Great. So yes, lovely. The Digilaser's a decent melee weapon. Serpent Fangs is a wonderful melee weapon. Shock Staff, don't use it, please. Don't hurt my soul and use it. Just get stiletto knives. Stiletto knives are cheaper and more reliable. Web Gauntlet, don't use web gauntlets. Don't be a moron and use them. Grenades! Choke grenades are fun. Photon flash grenades are fun. Scare gas works wonders. Smoke is fun. And stun is fun. I would always go with choke gas though. Just because, from someone that plays Enforcers, using weapon grade level war crime level tear gas to burn, to basically murder an entire gang is always fun. Because it's choke gas. What's the worst that can happen? Oh wait, you're dead. So, the armor they have, armored undersuit, carapace, flak and mesh. And also, the spike has a displacer field. Ooh. The armored undersuit is quite nice. I do like the armored undersuit. Flak is a nice, reliable choice. Mesh is also reliable. The carapace is a bit pricey though, so it's up to you on what you want to do. The equipment they have, I would always recommend that you take respirators, and maybe no, take respirators if you can. I mean, they are really expensive. Oh, and only one of you can take them. Okay, never mind. Out of the equipment, I like respirators though. The chameleon cloak is quite nice to use, and it's not that bad price wise. But you know, equipment is more up to you. I didn't really bother with equipment because Enforcers get a shit ton of equipment anyway, so you might as well just get respirators when you can and sod everything else, because I was more worried about gun accessories with the infrasight, baby, which was quite fun. So yeah, infrasight, monosight is quite nice. The gun shrouds you can take on pistols and basic. I would, just because the image is quite funny, a silenced plasma pistol is quite fun. But it also means that you could technically put this on a hand flamer. A silenced hand flamer would be quite funny to see. But, you know, it's up to you. I'm not your dad. I never claim that I'm great at the game, but, you know, these are just some weapons for you to use. Use them or don't, it's up to you. And with that, I will hopefully now talk about the skills. Hopefully. I don't know. I mean, I have talked about the skills, but in the past. I'm the future, but I'm before the past. Oh no, time paradox. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm gonna just go now. Hopefully you subscribe, but I'll probably say that at the end of this video anyway. Hopefully. I can't really remember. It's been a while. It's been It's been a couple of hours since I recorded. My apologies. But yeah, let's see what past Synergy had to say. So, these are the skills for the Delaque gang, and they are really strange. Yeah, they are for people that treat this game seriously, like 12 heart attacks. I mean, Faceless is probably the best ability or the best skill. You give that to the champion, and enemies must pass a willpower test to target this fighter with a ranged attack. And it's until after this fighter's activation that this skill happens. So yeah, you just activate them last, and enemies that want to target this fighter must pass a willpower test. And even if you place a blast marker on them, you need to make a willpower test. If failed, another target may be chosen. That's some shenanigans right there. Side touched might be the most useful one if you're running all like a heavy psyker gang, though it's up to you because they can be psychers or just regular people. I don't know how I would run them. I think I would have a couple of psychers, but side touch, you can reroll all willpower tests for performing or resisting weird powers, which is quite useful. Treat gassed as common, which is incredibly useful when visiting Black Market. That one is really useful, and I highly recommend side touched. Takedown is if you want to do a mini game. Basically, you roll a 4 to automatically capture one of your opponent's models, and then you can either trade that model for some creds, or they can sell it, or anything, but they need to do, but you will need to do, I don't know if it's necessary, because your opponent could be like, yeah, just kill them off. But you would need to do this stealth minigame, and I quite like the stealth minigame. Basically, you try and rescue your fighter without alarms going, because once alarms go, then the opponent's gang all just rush in, and it's terrifying. But there is something quite fun about that game. It does stealth janky and weird, and it's fun. It is quite a fun little mini game, and I like it. I do like it. It's really daft, a bit like the rest of Necromunda. Rumourmonger might be useful in some situations, but I know people that will forget this skill. Basically, you get D3 reputation, and you reduce the enemy's gang reputation by the same amount, which might sound useful, and is useful in some cases, but again, this is for people that will remember every single thing in Necromunda. And though Rumourmonger can be fun, if you forget it, then it's pointless. Fake Out is just... I have a friend who knows Necromunda like the back of his hand, and this is the sort of shit he would pull. Fake Out, when rolling to determine the scenario, roll 3d6 and then choose one dice to discard. Yeah, that's just my mate. He would just use this skill just to fuck with everyone that he plays against during a campaign. It would be so irritating to fight against him. It's like, oh, look at me, I know all the scenarios because I've studied Necromunda like it was the Bible. It's insane. Doppelganger is quite interesting. The enemy must pass an intelligence test, or you gain the following. One fighter can be added to your crew, which can take the size specific. It can make the gang bigger than intended, which is quite nice. The best skills are Faceless, Side Touched, and arguably Rumourmonger if you remember it, but Doppelganger is also quite useful. So, yeah. And also, you can then add a vehicle if you want, depending on what scenario you take. So, yeah, best skills are either these three or these three. Anyway, I've been Idiotic Synergy, and I've probably been recording for several hours. And I'll see you next time. Remember, take care, stay safe, and look after each other. Right, I'm going to go and watch some Midsummer Murders, I think, or something. I don't know, or probably Shaun of the Dead. I don't know what's on TV, but I'm gonna go. Yeah, bye.